hello to my mother. Signed, an African American. And I'm going to ask Neka to speak for me in Baza.
My name is Ning Long. My name is Ngem Long Yongwen. Ngo Malahan Kingimbo, Ba American Babe, Ba Nema intended. In one tender, Kumbi Marcel, Simi Imbies. I get Africa in Gaya. Ngo Wen Umbanda. In Mule, Mingwe Bito, I never. In Utebe, Many Bibitol, Minyeme Ini. Thank you, merci bien.
Let the roots of your motherhood caress your body. Let the naked sun absorb in your skin and shine ebony. Written by Kazgami Behan in his book, Homecoming Sun, in Black African Voices in 1975. In 1980, an Ethiopian independent film director by the name of Haile Gerima produced a film entitled Sankofa. Sankofa is a tree word spoken by the Akan people of Ghana. Sankofa is symbolized by a bird flying with its head facing backwards, a precious egg held by its beak, and its legs facing forward. San translates to return. Ko translates to go. Fa translates to look, seek, and take. For many African Americans and other lost children of Cameroon, which were scattered throughout the diaspora, it simply means to return to your roots. The call of the ancestors have gone out for all children in the diaspora to return back home. With the aid of DNA tests, African Americans are discovering and returning to their roots in Cameroon and throughout the continent. The list of famous Americans with Cameroonian roots is growing, and the not so famous people such as myself, I am a DNA verified as a lost daughter of the Cameroon. And just recently, I realized or came into the knowledge that I am of the Bassa people. Dr. Lisa Aubrey's In Search of Bimbia, the transatlantic slavery and African diasporan daughter of Cameroon, Rememory in Cameroon, sheds light into this dark, hidden, least talked about slave port that transported millions of Cameroonians into the New World as they were enslaved by the Europeans. My ancestors, the original Cameroonians in the New World, carried my culture, my spirituality, my quirky ways, my food patterns, rituals, and much more with them. Though separated through time, space, land, sea, language, we are clearly Cameroonian biologically and spiritually, and therefore we come to reclaim and establish the culture and identity of Cameroon's historical diaspora. In this essay, I will look at ways that can facilitate and repair the breach of the Africans in the diaspora. When we speak of the time period that we're in, we are in the African Renaissance. That is the rebirth. So long live the spirit of Africa. The Africana Renaissance, the rebirth of a marvelous and glorious Africa. It is upon the shoulders of giants that we, the current Pan-Africanists, posit, write, and advance the agenda of African unity for all Africans. In May of 2012, the African Union formally acknowledged and defined the role lost children of the diaspora and the role that they will play are now rejoined with their African brothers and sisters and ushering in the birth of the African Renaissance. Much like the Harlem Renaissance in America, but much greater and broader in scope is the backdrop for the Africana Renaissance. This rebirth will be an explosion of culture and racial pride, civil rights, and self-determination and self-identification, and most of all, reconnection and connection. So the gathering of spiritual and folk material will provide a rich source of artistic and intellectual imagination, which will spearhead Africa into a different direction than from their colonial and slavery past. Alan Locke called the Harlem Renaissance a spiritual coming of age, the new Negro movement, because the black community was able to seize its chance for group expressions, self-determination, self-identification, psychological development, as well as economic empowerment. Today, there is a greater opportunity forged through collective Africana Renaissance. One by one, each country in Africa and the diaspora will compete and fill all cultural spaces with art, music, dance, literature, cinema, arts, craft, religion, theater, photography, videographers, and other specializations, including technology, real estate, and agriculture. Thus, the spirit of Africa is created through the Africana Renaissance, claiming cultural development and utilizing it as a tool for development.